Hello. Today we're going to talk about dispatch and getting assignments scheduled for people within your organization. Dispatch works really well for operations that have a lot of little projects that they need to send technicians out to a variety of different places within a city or a region to make sure all of the work is getting covered. If your organization has these big projects with a certain fixed number of people that are assigned to large projects, um, in that situation, people can kind of just identify the, the assignments that they need to get done during the day, and then kind of do their own thing. So dispatch might not be as important for those types of organizations, but let's just kind of go over the dispatch. Dispatch is one of the four main screens that we have available, and we've got some different ways to filter things. We can filter by a particular certification that somebody needs, and we can make sure that we don't dispatch to somebody that doesn't have the appropriate certification. We can increase, determine which region or profit center that we want to be able to be looking at. These things can uh, limit the number of people that we have showing up. This is just demo data, so we don't have a lot of, we're not entering a bunch of new information every day. So this is a pretty simple way to kind of review what's happening. We can move from day to day. We can move to current day. We can go find a next week or a previous week if we want to go look at that information here. We can change the number of days or hours that we see on the screen at a time, so that we can uh, have larger or smaller blocks to be looking at. Over here we can see the different statuses of the assignments that are out there, whether they're created, started, completed, or approved, will show up as colors on these items. So that's just over here. Of course, we've got the projects that are currently available, and we can always go in and do a uh, type ahead search, and let's just go find one. Here's one we want to try and look at. Let's just say we want to try and get a concrete placement out here. So let's just take this and drop it off into, say we're going to send this to Billy Kid. We just drag it over, drop it on here. That gives us the type of assignment that we want. There's actually 5 things that happened here just by doing this little drag and drop operation. It assigned it to Billy the Kid. It put it on his to-do list, so it'll immediately show up for him to see, and he will be able to select that and get in and do the work that he needs to be able to do. It also set the start and plan end date. If you need to change that, you'll be able to move one end or the other, or you can move the whole thing around. You need to move it to 9 a.m. That's fine. If we need to change it to a different person, we can just assign it this way, move it back if we want to. Do all the things that you'd like to be able to do. Of course, if you hover over this thing, you can see what's going on. If you need to do some notes, you double click on it and uh, see Joe, maybe give him a phone number, and you've got some notes all assigned and ready to go here. So if you want to see where this kind of works, it's the type of thing that you can, we'll go look and see what it looks like over here. We'll see that we've got now we're logged in as Billy the Kid. We'll see that he's got a new concrete pour that he's got to do. It's on his to-do list. We'll go right into this, and he can get started filling out his concrete pour information and do what he needs to do. You'll see that it's got his little notes in here. You'll see he's got the plan start, plan end date, everything's ready to go, he can finish and do what he needs to be able to do. Um, you'll see that I updated the started, changed color over here immediately from being created to started, and everything kind of progresses through the normal process. And that's kind of how dispatch works. Now let's just go look at a couple of other. If this is an actual organization that has dispatch going out here, you'll see that they have a bunch of assignments already made. This is stuff has been completed. If you've always got 7 days, you can kind of go look in advance to uh, do your scheduling. Here you can see that for the next day, things are kind of scheduled out. After that, the way this company does it, they just put all of their items in the dispatch operator, and then the day before, he looks at who's working that day, and then he just drags these down and drops them on uh, the individuals that need to have those. And you'll see that's kind of how it works. It went over the weekend now, and this is next week. So anyway, that's just a little bit of an idea how things look. And you can see by the colors what's finished and what's been approved and what's been uh, taken care of and what hasn't been. Yeah, a couple other little things over here. You'll see that uh, we have um, some numbers here that indicate how many hours a person has worked in the last 24 hours and how many hours they've worked in the last work week. And so if you get on a Friday and somebody has already has 40 hours in, you might want to assign it to somebody that doesn't have 40 hours so you can save yourself some overtime and do some things like that. And of course, if they've already worked an 8-hour shift in the past 24 hours, you don't want to assign them work the following morning because they just got off of a night shift. So, little minor things like that that might help uh, understand what's going on. But that's kind of how the dispatch functionality works. The last thing I'll mention here is that once you've drag and drop this, there's also notifications that go out. If you're dropping this on the current day, like dispatch gets an emergency call in the morning, somebody have to come out, that afternoon, there would be an immediate email that gets sent out to Billy the Kid. Otherwise, all of the notifications will go out at 6 p.m. for all of the work the previous day, so that every evening at 6 p.m. An email will show up for your different technicians, summarizing all of the jobs or the assignments that they have to complete for the following day. So that's how the notifications work. Anyway, thanks for your attention for today, and we'll talk to you again next time.